Hey sports fans, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. I just wanted to give you a few of my thoughts after Michigan's 38-17 victory at Wisconsin. Certainly this game started out exactly like I thought it would, tight, very defensive, and to be honest, I'm going to say I was shocked. The first possession, Michigan gets the ball, and Jim Harbaugh set the tone that Michigan was going to be aggressive when it needed to be. And for the most part, it worked out pretty well. First possession, the Michigan went for it on fourth down 2 times. The first time, they got it. The second time, they didn't. Okay, it happens. But you're setting the tone that you are going to be aggressive. Michigan defense, for the first 4 possessions Wisconsin had was -2 yards. Michigan's defense, they gave up -2 yards on the first 4 possessions of Wisconsin. The defense was flying all over the place. Michigan and Wisconsin were kind of doing a little field position game. And that's really where one of the big things happened, and maybe it gets overlooked, but I think Henning, I'm not sure if it's A.J. Henning, but Henning, the returner, he had 3 big returns in the game for 39 yards, so he averaged like 13 yards a carry, a return, I should say, and he really flipped the field position there. All of a sudden, Michigan, had a good Robbins punt, kicked it really down far of the field, and we get the ball back, 40-yard line. It's a lot closer to go down and get some points. Obviously, you got to say Michigan was determined to run the ball, especially up the middle. And it's just up the middle. Overall, it seems foolish to me. Don't get me wrong. They had 112 rushing yards, and they weren't stonewalled by Wisconsin's number 1 rush defense. They had over 100 yards. Their top 2 backs, Haskins and Corum, had 93 yards total. I mean, you're not gonna light up the stat sheet running against Wisconsin. But they did it enough, and it set other things up. Obviously, the flea flicker. If Michigan's not setting up the run, the flea flicker probably doesn't work. But the flea flicker works. McNamara drops a dime into Johnson for his first touchdown. Just want to talk about McNamara a little bit, too. He started off. I mean, he had crossing patterns. Wide receivers were open pretty much all day, and it was just whether he could convert them, could he throw it accurately. He started off the game throwing behind receivers. And again, I'm just watching at home. I don't know. I'm not a coach, right? So I can't say that guy should have sat down here instead of kept going or whatever. The coaches will know that, and they'll try to address it. But to start off the game, he was shaky. He was throwing bad. The only time he was converting throws was when he was getting pressure and having to stop thinking, if you will, and he just would run, try to escape, and then he could throw and get some completions that way. But that got him in the game. That got him rolling a little bit, right? He took a good shot. I think maybe that kind of got him into the game too. Overall, I knew Cade had to win the game for Michigan. He certainly did that. 2 touchdown throws, almost 200 yards passing. I love the fact that Michigan's offense went, I think, 6 receptions to Roman Wilson. Obviously, Johnson had 2 touchdowns, but overall, 8 different receivers caught a ball. That's just spreading the ball around, so it's like the defense can't just close it on one. And you know what? Johnson had 2 receptions. Both were touchdowns. Great catches, especially the last touchdown to get his foot in bounds and the 2-point conversion. So excellent job by the wide receivers, making plays when they could. Again, I am trying to not be nitpicky, but McNamara has to be a little more accurate, especially in the first half. But it is what it is. Michigan was up 13-3. And this is where Michigan's aggressiveness kind of bit them in the butt, to be honest. They did a little kind of pooch little kick. There was only 37 seconds left in the half, I think. Very little time. And they did this little pooch kick thingy. And it did bounce, and there was a fumble. There was a chance to recover the ball. However, they didn't. And because Michigan pooched it, Wisconsin had the ball 12 yards further down the field than they would have if you just have Moody kick the ball out of bounds like he does pretty much every time. They still had 2 timeouts, and Wisconsin took advantage of that. Went down like 3 or 4 plays and got a touchdown. And all of a sudden, a 13-3 game was 13-10 at halftime. Camp Randall was all raucous. The crowd was alive. And I'm like, oh no. Like, what a terrible way to end the half, right? Just give them life. They're going to start the second half with the ball. Oh, what's going to happen? The pessimistic fan in me came to life. I bet it did for a lot of Michigan fans. But this team didn't fall into that. They came out. What a second half it was. The first possession, Wisconsin went 0 of 3 on passes, I think it was, and Mertz got hurt. Dax Hill came in and hit him hard, sack, hit him in the ribs. He didn't come back. Michigan got the ball, marched down the field, touchdown. Quarterback keeper by McNamara. I also think that Haskins got in there. You could see he was laying on top of people. His knees were not down. His elbows were not down. He stretched across the line. Every play is supposed to be reviewed. Blah, blah, blah. We hear that every week, how every play is supposed to be reviewed. We know that doesn't happen. It is what it is. Michigan got the touchdown. Sweet. Up 20-10. 2-score game. And from there, the defense with Wolf as Wisconsin's backup just went to work. Strip sack by Ojabo. Got a field goal, I think, out of that. Next one, Dax Hill got a pick. Next play for them, got a pick. And the plays were just coming. And all of a sudden, 20-10. 27-10. No, I think we got a field goal in there. So 23-10, something like that. And then 30, or it was 29 with a Johnson touchdown. And then we went for 2, so it got to 31-10. And the game was secured by then. They had Wolf as their backup. Michigan knew what was going to happen. And it was cruise control from there. I know this is just going to the fourth quarter. I just love the promise of J.J. McCarthy. And I don't really know what the staff was thinking, having him start the second half, and they sprinkled him in with McNamara. He did a couple quarterback keepers, and I think that kind of energized the team. The quarterback seemed to handle it pretty well. Am I a fan of it? No. Did it work? Yes. So, what can I say? It worked. There we go. A team that scored 13 points in the first half scored a lot more in the second half and rode an easy victory out. But J.J. McCarthy, you saw it. He did a read option. He kept the ball. He kind of got tackled for no gain. Hurt his ankle. You could tell he was limping. I'm like, oh, man, and kind of a blowout. Why is he in here? Should have had Valerian. With a hurt ankle, next play, he throws a dime deep ball to Baldwin. Breaks the tackle, goes in for the touchdown. Like, that's the cherry on top, man. Like, just the promise of him with his deep throws like that. Obviously, he had the touchdown throw to Baldwin in the first game. I think that was against Western Michigan, if I remember correctly. But you guys all know the play where he threw across the field and Baldwin caught it for the touchdown. Just the promise of J.J. McCarthy. It's just wonderful to see. Did I think McNamara's holding on to the job? Of course. No turnovers by McNamara. No fumbles. He didn't get sacked. The offensive line didn't give up a sack. Again, I don't think they've given up a sack all year. At least the start on a starter. So that's just great. Overall, coming into this game, I thought it was going to be a tight game. Maybe Michigan would pull out in the fourth quarter. I could see Wisconsin winning this game. At the start of the season, I kind of pegged this as a Michigan loss. On the road, I figured Wisconsin would be ranked something, and Michigan would lose on the road. Still, even coming into this week, Wisconsin was favored on the betting lines by 4 points. So Wisconsin was supposed to win this game, and Michigan just came in and did what it had to do. Total props to the defense. They gave up 17 points, but let's look at it. The first one, field goal. Okay, they drove down, they got a field goal. The second one, don't get me wrong, they were playing the starters. Mertz threw a couple nice passes over Dax Hill for the touchdown, but that doesn't happen if Michigan isn't ultra aggressive. Probably too aggressive there, if we're honest. Well, obviously we saw the end product. We almost recovered a fumble, but we didn't. And they drove down and got that. So there's 7 points there. If you kick the ball deep, Wisconsin probably just runs and goes to halftime 13-3 down. But it didn't happen. So there's 7 points there. So 10 points on the starting defense. And then, of course, Bowman comes in after Valari. So our fourth-string quarterback comes in and throws a pick. I don't know what that was. Just run the ball. And he throws a pick, and then that sets up Wolf's touchdown, I think, to the tight end. Made it 38-17. I love it that our defense can go into a game and not give up 20 points. Wisconsin had the most points on the season, I think that is 17. And 7 of those were trash time points. So 10 points on the starting defense. I will take that. And the defense, Ojabo, 2.5 sacks. The defense got 3 turnovers. Just excellent job by the defense. Special teams, I alluded to Henning. He did great on returns. He really swung field position. When you're getting 10 plus yards of field position coming back your way, is just huge, and that set us up to get some points on field goal drives when our offense would go 3 and out, but we were in field goal range because of the defensive stops and turnovers. Just great. Moody went 3 for 3 on field goals. Kicks look good. Just curved in nicely. Punting, Robbins again did great. I mean, go on the road to a place you haven't won since 2001 and get a victory by 21 points. That's just great, man. The defense gave up no points in the second half outside of trash time. It's great. When you thought the game was in the balance, Michigan came out with a 3 and out, and went down and got a touchdown to go up 20-10. That was a statement right there, and I loved it. One final thing which I loved to see. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it like I did. I loved seeing the jump around. I think that's one of the coolest traditions in college football. Trails only, Iowa, start of the fourth quarter, where everyone turns and waves to the kids at the Children's Hospital on campus. Nothing can beat that. Sorry, nothing can beat that. That's the coolest thing in college football. But the jump around. And the Michigan team was doing it and having fun. And you saw the Michigan fans doing it with Madison fans, Wisconsin fans. It was great. And that's just a great reminder that college sports is supposed to be fun. And it was great to see the team do that. I just love it. And that's just so much fun. Yeah, have fun. I wonder if you would look at stats about other teams, visitor teams. If they jump around or not, how does that translate to them in the game? I think it showed Michigan was having fun. I think that loosened the team up a little bit. I think the team played great after that. So I love seeing that. And again, sports is supposed to be fun. That was great to see. Hey, lots of positive things here. I really can't think of any negatives. It was great. I would love to get more rushing yards, but Wisconsin had the number 1 rush defense in the country for a reason. And to get 100 yards on them, great. The average isn't great, but whatever. Got the yards. Got the win. That's all that matters. Got the win. Go to 5-0. Next week at Nebraska. Night game. Got to be, Michigan's going through a gauntlet this season. Definitely tough schedule. Just got to take it 1 week at a time. I know the players say that, the coaches say that. But can't look ahead. I know Michigan State's down the road. October 30. They're looking good too. Can't look ahead. Keep focused. Enjoy the win. Focus on Nebraska. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know it was a longer video. Just so much good stuff for Michigan today. Loved it. Loved the effort. Defense, offense, special teams. Everyone did great today. And just you see it on the field. And I hope that this is the turning point in the Harbaugh tenure. That they're winning some of these games on the road. Because they're going to have other tough games on the road. And some obviously tough games at home too. If you guys have any thoughts, please let me know. Put them in the comment section. I'll try to respond as possible. Also, thanks to the subscribers. Appreciate those. Encourages me to keep doing these. And until I see you guys next time, go Blue!